Hello students, this is Dr. Faizan Mirza. I'm discussing questions regarding biodiversity classification conservation with you in this video. So this question from biodiversity topic was from March 2019, variant 42. So the question here deals with biodiversity. First, they are just asking you to explain what biodiversity is. So this is just a question that's asking about facts. So what biodiversity is, you can just recall and you can state accordingly. So we know that biodiversity refers to variation and variation within ecosystem as well as the habitats. It also deals with the variety of different species as well as their relative abundance. Biodiversity also accounts for genetic variation within each species. So you need to cover all these aspects in your answer because it's a 3-mark question. So all these aspects of biodiversity must be addressed. Here they are giving you they have given you the formula of diversity index. Simpson's diversity index, the formula is D is equals to 1 minus summation of n upon n squared. And we know how to handle this formula. I've discussed this in detail in one of my videos as well, which can be found in the playlist of biodiversity classification conservation topic. So here they are saying that they have taken samples from using sampling nets from a pond of species of animals were identified and were counted and recorded. You are given the information table 8.1. There are various organisms which have been listed here. Their individual numbers are mentioned. The individual numbers, they are all small n values, and then a capital N is the capital N. What do? You just divide them. You just divide small n value with a capital N value, which means for example, it's 10, you divide it by 236, and the answer that comes, you write it here. The answer is written in 3 decimal places. So if you divide 10 by 236, so the answer comes out to be 0.042. So that's your value of n upon n. And then what you will do, you will just take this and you will just square it. So you get the answer in 3 decimal places for n upon n whole bracket square. So this is how it works. And you can see this description already given for all the organisms. The next is 35, the small n is 35. So for this, this is already done for you. You divide that 35 by 236 and you just square it. So towards the end, the last organism's small n is 97. So you will just divide this 97 by, again, 236 and you'll get the answer 0.411. We always write the answer in 3 decimal places here, and then you square it. So we get answer 0.169. According to the formula of Simpson's diversity index, we have to sum up the last column. So according to this, we will sum up the last column 0.002, 0.022, 0.045, 0.035, 0.169, and we'll get the answer of 0.273 when we sum up the last column. So this is the last column that I have just summed up. Now, diversity index formula, according to the formula, we have to subtract this summation, the answer from 1. So when we subtract it from 1, our answer comes out to be 0.727, and the answer is this. So we know this answer is close to 1. So whenever the answer must be given in 3 different places. So whenever the answer comes to 3, comes closer to 1, it means that the diversity is high. If it comes to close to 0, it means the diversity is low. So explain the value of Simpson index of diversity with what it shows. The diversity index here is a fairly large value, being more close to 1 than 0. This means that the species diversity of pond is high. This question comes from the same chapter in October 2019, variant 41. This is a very common question. They give you a photograph of an animal and they give you the name and they tell you where it's found. And this, for example, this is Bali sterling. This bird is found in Indonesia. The information which is given to you regarding this bird is that according to IUCN, we know IUCN is an organization, an NGO that works in protecting the animals from illegal trade, and they have listed all the organisms in different categories, and not just categories, they have classified them. And they have addressed that which organisms, which animals are threatened and which are vulnerable and which are threatened to an extent of getting endangered, critically endangered, etc. So again, I've discussed the details of IUCN in one of my videos in extinction and the topic of biodiversity classification conservation. So coming back, Bali sterling, they are saying that it is critically endangered. It's an IUCN red list, which means that it is nearly extinct in the wild. So it's nearly extinct in the wild, which means that it's in its natural habitat, it's not there anymore. The Bali sterling is protected by Indonesian law and trapping of the birds for sale as pets is illegal. In 2001, there were only 6 Bali sterlings in wild and about 1,000 in captivity. So 1,000 in captivity, this shows to you the importance of zoos. So this actually tells you that captivity organisms which cannot survive in their natural habitat because the habitat probably is destructed beyond repair, or probably there's too much competition there, so they can grow very well in captivity. So zoos serve this purpose. Anyway, just recalling this fact. So the question here is suggest reasons other than trapping of birds for sale as pets for the very low numbers of Bali sterlings in wild. So what could be the reasons? The number of birds is low because of competition. Yes, competition for limited food sources. The habitat destruction would have occurred, and habitat destruction would have contributed to this. In such case, the bird would have been an easy prey because it would be an easy prey for predator. And why would it be an easy prey for predator? Because we know that if an organism doesn't find shelter in its habitat, it becomes easily preyed upon. So if you move on, further they are saying, if you move to the next part, here it states, describe the roles zoos can take in protection of Bali sterling and what roles zoos can take. So zoos allow birds to be bred in captivity. So when it's bred in captivity, they can be a source of fundraising for setting up research, for funding research. Zoos can help in spreading awareness for education purposes as well. So you can just recall the importance of zoos and you can mention it here in this answer. Then there's explain the consequences of genetic biodiversity of having a wild population of just 6 birds. So this is already told to us in the question that only 6 birds are there. So if there are just 6 birds, so we know that this 6 birds would be a very small number to increase the population because only they will be interbreeding together. So in this case, the genetic diversity would be poor and low, and the allele frequency would be reduced due to low heterozygosity available. This would lead to inbreeding depression, and the resulting population of birds would be less able to adapt to new selection pressures. And this is, you can see that genetic drift will occur, and this condition actually makes these organisms more vulnerable to becoming extinct if the environment changes further. So that's it from my side. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much.